Good afternoon, I'm Thomas with Believe in the Run.
That's how we're starting it?
No? Okay. Hi, I'm Thomas with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And you're watching a review of a shoe. It's the Topo
Specter.
Now, Brandon just mentioned that before we get into this review, he'd like it if we mentioned to you how important and nice it is for you to subscribe to our channel. It really means a lot to us.
Or like it, or both.
Yeah, and turn on that bell so you get all our reviews.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, I like that. Was that a bell? Is that your impression of a bell?
What does a bell sound like?
Bagong, bagong.
Church bells?
So let's get into it. The Topo shoe. If you don't know Topo as a brand, they specialize in kind of that foot shape. You might be familiar with Outsole is another brand that does foot shape, but they do foot shape, and instead of just sticking to zero drop like Outsole, their shoes have a variance between, I don't think they've made anything over.
I think it's 0 to 5.
Yeah, 0 to 5 drop on the shoes, and they want that natural feel, that toe display. And this is the first higher stack shoe that they've made.
Yeah, this is their high performance, high stack shoe, super lightweight. I was really, really excited to try this because, I mean, on paper, it's everything I really want in a shoe.
Yeah. The secret sauce is in this carrier that's regular foam. Inside that, there's a core of Pebax.
Yeah, so that's like the big story for this shoe. They want that stable platform with this EVA and the wide platform, but then that bounce and, you know, performance ride with the Pebax that's inside there. What's
strange is they didn't throw a plate in here. And in wearing the shoe, I kind of know why you didn't throw a plate in here. But let's get to the top part first. Let's talk about this upper and the fit. Meg, you've got a foot that is foot shaped.
I do have a foot that's foot shaped. I have a wider foot. So I actually really like the fit of this shoe. I like a really wide forefoot and toe box, so I enjoyed that. It's just an open, airy mesh upper. It's got some pretty simple flat laces here. There are a couple of like lace locks that they put in the top here. So while this tongue is not gusseted, they have these little lace locks so that it sort of keeps the tongue from moving around while you're running.
And I think those work really well. Now, while Megan's foot is a little wider than mine, I found it to be a little too roomy. This isn't the shape that really works for my feet. And even though it's probably dialed in a little bit tighter for a race fit, I still found myself running, getting a little bit of movement in my forefoot.
Yeah, so not the perfect fit for you, but it worked well for me. No issue with hot spots. The padding is like fairly light and minimal, but it is still comfortable.
So let's get down to this, what I like to call rim and core in this midsole. Meg, why don't we kind of break it down?
Yeah, so like we mentioned, it's dual density midsole foam. So you have EVA with the Pebax in the center. It's supposed to be their performance shoe, so your race day shoe. Like Thomas said, there is no plate, but the intention was to have this light, bouncy, responsive shoe for race day.
With that, did you feel it was light and bouncy, Meg?
To me, this felt like it was just one layer of EVA underfoot. It was very stable. It was an okay ride, but I did not get the responsive, bouncy feel.
It's a very blocky feel, as a matter of fact. Like, that was my disappointment in it. I was expecting to get that cush down from the Pebax and maybe a little bounce and just have the stability. And I thought maybe they're not putting a plate in there because the EVA will provide that. And you can see it's not flexible at all. So I thought maybe that EVA would give you that feeling of the plate. Instead, I just got a blocky feel that kind of reminded me of how I felt about the first Nike Zoom Fly, which was just chunky and a little bit dead underfoot.
So it is designed with a rocker, so you do get a little bit of roll through here, but like Thomas is saying, it just felt kind of blocky. The EVA was kind of dead. It just wasn't a super bouncy fun ride like I was expecting.
Not at all. It is a smooth rubber like you'll find on the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro 3. Try saying that three times.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it does have that kind of grip. I don't know if it's quite as good as the Continental, but I felt like it was pretty good traction.
I should note, this is pretty high stack here. So this is not only their highest stack shoe, it's also their lightest. So you have 35 millimeters in the heel, 30 in the forefoot for a 5 millimeter drop. And then my women's size 7.5 came in under 7 ounces. So it was 6.9 ounces or 195 grams.
And for mine, for a race day shoe, this would still be a little heavy. It came in at 9 ounces or 255 grams, which is about 2 ounces heavier than my Vaporfly or, how the shoes are going in the Super Shoe shoes. It doesn't have the feel that I like. It doesn't have the pop off the toe that I like. And it's got 2 extra ounces. I don't know, this shoe just didn't light me up.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's not what I would consider your race day shoe. I did think it was a light trainer, but not that responsive. I will say, maybe a redeeming quality here. Most race day shoes are $250, $275. You can get this for $150.
Yeah, and for me, I'm probably not gonna be a fan of this shoe. I don't think I'll be getting too many more miles in it, but I do have friends who love Topo. So I'm thinking that perhaps this might find its way onto one of their feet and I'll find out what they think of it. But for me, not so much. So if you like Topo and you like a foot-shaped shoe in that category, you may find this to be an interesting shoe. Don't go expecting to feel like this light, bouncy Pebax feel that you're hearing about in stuff like the Vaporfly or even the stuff that's in the Saucony Endorphin line. It just doesn't have that bounce. So Meg, what light's this gonna get for you?
I'm giving it a red.
I'd have to agree with Meg, it's not for me. Again, I wanna put that little side note in that if you like Topo and you like foot-shaped shoes, you might be into this. For me, for what it was trying to promise and what I was looking for out of the shoe, yeah, it's a red. I kind of like the look of the shoe. The orange and teal is a little crazy.
In the clown shoes?
Yeah, the color's a little bit off. I think that they could have done something that looked a little more racy.
It just doesn't scream race day vibes here. It's an okay trainer, but
not a ton of feel underfoot.
Yeah.
You know what you can do though?
What can they do, Thomas?
If you want to support us and support our reviews, always grab some merch from our store. We got stuff all over the place. You can also follow us on Instagram, listen to our podcast, The Drop, or Megan's wearing the Fuel for the Soul shirt here, which is our nutrition podcast with Megan Featherston and Meg and myself that you can check into. And then always join our Strava group.
Yeah.
But that's it, man. Sorry, Topo. Been working on the guns.
I don't know if you heard me, but I did over 1,000.
You know what's really funny about that? So we're going to have that footage, but it's not going to be with any good audio. It's okay. It'll still get added to the blooper. It'll still add to the blooper.
You can make